Hey, fifth grade, and welcome back. Today we're going to be continuing our work with place value and moving numbers to the power of 10, 100, and 1,000. Yesterday we started off with our place value charts to help us understand how those numbers move either up or down the place value chart, increasing or decreasing. Today I'm going to show you a trick how to do it without your place value chart, which will then help you in your progress towards doing this in your head or mental math. So let's get started off with the top one here. So the top one is 19,340 times 10. Now, of course, we know if we're thinking about our place value charts in our head, we're moving all those numbers over one place value, of course. But there's another way that we can make this even easier for ourselves. First, I'm just going to put the numbers on this blank here. Actually, I'll pick a bigger font. Notice how I didn't put that comma in yet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look back into that multiplication and see what exactly we're multiplying by. So we're multiplying by 10, right? Notice there's 1 0 there. This is one of the many zero rules we'll have in 5th grade, and some of them you'll remember from 4th grade, perhaps even this one. But this zero rule when we're multiplying tells us to just add a place value. In this sense, we're adding value to the ones place and moving everything down to the left. And to do that, we just simply put a 0 in there. You put a 0, you see a 0 here, put a 0 at the end. And now I can put my comma in. 1, 2, 3, comma. I'll even draw that arrow for you guys so you can see where that 0 went. Okay, let's do the same with this one. So same technique. I'm going to rewrite this number in here, 19,340. Now notice this time I'm multiplying by a power of 100. Okay, so there's 1, 2 zeros. So I'm going to move everything over to the left twice. And easy enough for this, add 1, 2 zeros. Now do my commas. 1, 2, 3 place value, comma, 1, so 1, 2, 3 place value, comma. Great. And again, I'm going to draw my zeros here. Notice that my 2 zeros were added here. Okay. And our last one. Again, I'm going to write out my number. I see that I'm multiplying by a power of 1,000. So that is 1, 2, 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3 zeros, moving everything over 3 spaces to the left. So 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, and there's nothing else to move. I'll underline these zeros so again you guys can see exactly what it is that I moved over. Boom. Okay. Let's scroll down. Let's look at division now. Like we learned yesterday, their place value chart, multiplication and division are the different sides, the two sides to the same coin, right? So if I'm moving numbers up and I'm adding zeros, if I'm multiplying, in this sense, we're going to be moving numbers down and dividing this way. So let's put my number in. I have 152. Now, if I'm dividing by 10, that's one place value, right? So now I'm moving my cursor left, right? I'm changing this place value by just 1. So I'm actually not going to be adding or taking away zeros, right? I'm just going to be moving my decimal essentially, which we can assume is right here. I'm now just moving it over 1 to the left and putting it here. So I see that there is 1 0. So that means I took my decimal and I moved it over 1 place to the left. Okay. Now let's look at this next one. 152. This time I'm dividing by 100. So I'll imagine my decimal point is here, and I'm going to move it over 2 places to the left. So 1, 2. Just like that. And okay, my red here. So we had 2 places. My decimal was here. It's now here. Zoom in just a bit for you guys. Great. Okay. So let's now do this one. Again, 152. Imagine my decimal at the end. Now I'm dividing by 1,000. So that's 1, 2, 3, 0. So I'm moving that decimal over 1, 2, 3 place values. Now I'll draw our arrow for that. My decimal was here. It's now here. We moved it 3 spaces. Okay. Now, obviously, this is just a shortcut. This doesn't necessarily explain why these things are moving. Reference, again, our place value example yesterday about why these numbers move. Because when you multiply or divide by powers of 10, 100, 1,000, anything along those lines, you're just shifting numbers across the place value chart, making them either larger by increasing and multiplying, or smaller by decreasing and using division. This is where our decimals come into place because we don't any longer have, in this sense, a remainder. It's not 15 or the remainder of something as we divide. We're just moving it over the place value chart into the decimals. And that goes on forever in that direction, just like our numbers can increase forever in this direction. Okay, so please review this video if you need any help. Of course, reach out to your teachers if you need any help, and I will see you guys tomorrow.